This is the Central Valley DJ Chat.
Fingers Flores on the track.
Alright, so it's been about a year since we've done the last DJ chat, so here we are again. We got a new DJ in the house, Mr. DJ Philly. Got Mr. DJ Fingers Flores and DJ 5am, and we're waiting for DJ R2O. He should be here shortly, so just stay tuned for him, for his presence. So like in the other video, what we did, but this is just just the DJ chat that we do, just something for everybody, for all the new DJs coming out here. Just want to give you guys some advice of how not to be. So with that being said, I'm gonna pass on to DJ 5am, and he's got some topics we're gonna discuss. We're gonna make it short for you guys, short and sweet. So here we go.
That's right, short and sweet, just like DJ Ruko said. Now we all have different topics that we all want to talk about. One thing that that's been kind of grinding my gears lately is when DJs say that they're Latin DJs or they DJ Latin music, but the only songs you hear them play is Suavemente, Selena, La Chona, and that's about it. And that's as Latin as they get.
That's me.
So what do you guys? That's Mr. Fingers Flores over here. So what do you guys think about that topic? Do you guys have anything to add on to that?
I think I was kind of joking around. That's kind of like me. If I ever get calls from prospects, from people that want a Spanish-speaking DJ, or maybe an event that's going to be all Spanish and no English, or maybe very little English, I just don't do it. I'm not qualified to do it. And I know I'm smart enough to know that, hey, I don't want to go out there and try to get through it, try to, play the little Spanish I have or whatever, just to make a few bucks and possibly ruin somebody's event. You don't want to do that. I see a lot of rookie DJs doing that, trying to do these events that they're not qualified for. I don't speak Spanish good, so I don't want to go out there, and I'm not I'm not misrepresenting myself and telling them that I can do it. I'd rather just pass it to one of you guys or somebody that can do it. What do you think?
Well, you know what? That's right. You basically gotta be honest to yourself and actually stay truth to it. Because let's say that you don't want to mess up someone's event because you don't speak the same language. So you kind of you gotta be familiar with the culture, which includes the language and even the traditions. So honestly, if you are not a Latin DJ, it's not gonna hurt you. There's a market for you, and there's a market for those Latino DJs as well.
And I gotta agree with that. As far as if you're not fitted for the job, don't take it. You don't always have to not take it. However, there's another way you can go about it. You can handle that particular event, but just take somebody with you who is all about that. So if they're a Latin DJ and you don't DJ Latin music, take somebody with you so you can learn. That's actually what another local DJ had told me in the past, and that's a great idea, I think, because it's a learning experience for you as well, rather than just passing up on the gig. You can actually learn from it as well. You won't be making the same amount of money, but it's a learning experience, like I just mentioned. So Ruko, let's hear it. What do you got?
Well, yeah, I mean that's you guys have a good points. Yeah, I mean it all goes with everything, not just Latin music. I mean, if you're in this whole business and you're not familiar, let's say that they ask you to do a I don't know, 80s party. 80s music, a lot of people when they think 80s music, there's a lot of subgenres with 80s music, not just the old school 80s hip hop. You know, a lot of guys when they do 80s music, they just put out the old school 80s hip hop. There's a lot of different 80s type of music. You got new wave, you got your 80s rock, you got the old school, you got some 80s. You know, there was some funk in the 80s. You got the, you know, all the music that was, you know, hip back in those days. So a lot of these guys, they don't know this, you know, and that's the thing, you know, you have to educate yourself. Don't just go out and do these gigs without having the knowledge, you know, to do this. And I mean, don't be, you know, don't be afraid to pass it up. I mean, if you can't do it, you know, just don't do it.
Don't do it. Yeah, just don't do it.
Just don't do it. Don't do it. I mean, because a lot of times if you go and let's say you flop, then the client's gonna just think that you're just a bad DJ and you won't get called back. Instead, you know, be honest, and maybe you can go and just get some guy, even, you know, just take a hit and take a guy that's familiar with that genre or whatever it is, and you know, go and maybe, you know, split it or whatever.
Yeah,
and,
pay him.
You know, and then just have him go and you go there. So I mean, you're still gonna go. So if you guys do a good job, you know, you're gonna get called back, and then that's when you can educate yourself on that music they're asking you to play.
Yeah, and just to add on to this this topic, you know, recently in October, Halloween 2014, you know, I got notified by somebody I know that I network with at schools. They told me, hey, you know what? I got this party coming up, a Halloween party, and I want you to DJ. And, you know, I had another opportunity as well. So it kind of worked out. So I told her, you know what? I actually got a buddy of mine. He'll do a great job at your event. And believe it or not, we sent DJ Ruko out there, and he tore it up. He tore it up that night. You know, he knows his 80s music. He knows his 90s music. He knows his older music. Very knowledgeable in the past decades of music.
'Cause I'm an old man.
And he definitely did a good job, and I'm glad that, you know, I made the decision to pass it on to him, because I would have not been able to do the same, and I possibly could have, you know, made myself look bad. So by doing that, you know, I made Frescal DJ Entertainment look a little bit better as well. So thank you, Rugo, by the way, for taking on that gig.
No problem.
Any final?
I want to say one time I went to a wedding, and not.
Did you have some cakey?
Yeah,
Got some
Yeah, some cakey.
I didn't go as the DJ. I was just as a guest, and there was a DJ there, a young. He was in his 20s probably, and he was just playing all the wrong. He was playing like fast, high energy music for like dinner and stuff like that. And he was bouncing off the walls, man, playing all kinds of crazy stuff. And then so after he got through all that, and the house lights came down, and then he turned his DJ lights on, and he started playing like top 40 stuff. And then there was a lot of older people, like middle-aged people there, and older. And I went up to him and I requested. I go, hey, you got any like funk, like 80s funk? And I was thinking that he was gonna play like some typical funk that everybody, Commodore's Brick House, you know, some Rick James, you know, some mainstream stuff like that. Morris Day in the Time. And he goes, yeah, I got you. And he played like an weird ABBA song.
It wasn't that new Bruno Mars Uptown Funk song?
No.
Hey, that
He could have played that.
He would have got away with
He
that.
could have
one.
played
Yeah, he
that.
coulda
You
got away
know,
with
that's
that.
new funk. You know, but no, he played disco, and the song that he played was like wasn't even a hit from the band from ABBA.
One of those side B ones.
It was a weird song that just nobody. He just cleared the dance floor, and then he looked at me and hey, you know, like you know, he had no idea. He was just bouncing off the walls. You ever see these DJs that just randomly throw songs out there hoping something sticks?
Yeah.
And they're just lost. And so, yeah, you got to know your music, you know.